Team USA now, think about it, 3 victories away from the final. Good evening, you're watching LA Live News Tonight. I'm Christine Devine.
Thanks for joining us. I'm Laura Diaz. Soccer fever is sweeping the Southland. Galaxy Park in Carson reopened its gates tonight as fans gathered for Team USA's victorious round of 32 match against Bosnia and Herzegovina.
Fox 11's Andres Gutierrez is live in Carson where thousands showed up for this high-stakes knockout game. Andres.
Yeah, Christine, they sure did. This park wasn't even supposed to open. They were planning a watch party this weekend, but they knew that there was all the excitement surrounding this particular game, and so they decided to open up the Galaxy Park right behind me. All those fans that were out here really funneled out right after the game, but it was quite the exciting times when that free kick was thrown in, securing the U.S. win. Let's take a listen and take in that moment. And with that, Team USA would end up winning it 2-0, their first World Cup knockout in 24 years. And when that whistle ended up hitting the park, it came alive like the 4th of July had arrived early. Overall, this was the place to be out here in the Southland. There were people that were decked out in their red, white, and blue. There were chants of USA. And folks, I asked them what this win would mean to them, and this is what they told me.
This is the place to be. All the friends, we don't live close to each other, but we all gathered just for this moment to celebrate the U.S. together. That's what it's about. It's about community. It's about family. It's about America.
It just brings out the patriotism in me. I'm so excited. I love it. I love that it unites the world.
What does this mean for you and your son?
For me and my son, it means family. It means we love this country. It means we come a long way. USA soccer has come a long way, and we love it.
And all those fans will be back out here on Monday when the U.S. takes on Belgium in the knockout round of 16 rounds. Eventually, they will also be having a watch party, and a larger watch party that's anticipated out here for the Mexico game on Sunday. They anticipate that this park will once again be crowded, and they are also opening the space right next to the Galaxy Arena here. So overall, just a lot of excitement after this big win for Team USA.
Andres, it's been fun to cover these parties, and I know you've covered quite a few yourself. Do you have the sense that people are really getting into it more and it's sort of, reaching a crescendo?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, given that it is the 4th of July weekend, America's 250th birthday, a lot of people likening this to an early birthday gift for America, securing this win. But yeah, there is so much excitement. A lot of people saying that, the last time they played the game here in 1994, there wasn't a lot of excitement around the game of soccer. There is now. You have families introducing their kids to the game. They're seeing what the potential could be. Perhaps the next generation of players are watching the game here as spectators to hopefully be on that international stage, in the years to come. So absolutely, there is a lot of excitement that's building around the particular game and around events like this.
As you noted, quiet there now. Everybody bolted after being there for a while, I'm sure. So for the next event, do they have to get a ticket? Do they have to sign up? Can you just show up?
It's just show up. It's a free event. You end up showing up. You have to go through security. And so folks here expecting 2,000. They were expecting 2,000. 2,000 showed up today. 7,000 for the Mexico game on Sunday is what they're anticipating. And then you could expect another 2,000 or so on Monday when they take on Belgium.
For the most part, these have just been joyous occasions. Occasionally, we've had some problems with people going out there and doing a street takeover or fireworks done in the middle of the street like I encountered yesterday. But are you seeing special security measures being taken that you've noticed that just they're reporting?
It was just it was a stadium venue security that you expect. So there were some magometer, the security metal detectors you have to go through. You have to make sure that you have clear, bags to be able to go through. But overall, there wasn't any heightened security or any additional security out here. It is a family-friendly event, so you don't expect the crowds out here to get as rowdy as you would when you're celebrating out in other parts of town, like we ended up seeing, in Van Nuys yesterday, a couple of street takeovers happening after the celebration with Mexico's victory, but not here tonight. So today, everything was pretty much calm and excited, taking in all that excitement, but nothing so dangerous that people would have to worry about their security out here.
Good. All right, well, we'll let you go. Go enjoy the high of the night, and we'll catch up with you later. Thanks. Fans there cheering on Team USA in the city of Artesia at a FIFA World Cup watch party. Good Day LA's Sandra Endo was there to chat with the fans.
Hey, what do you think about Team USA and how they're doing?
I think they're doing great. Honestly, I think they're going to make it all the way.
I think they came out really strong and they're doing great. Like the way they connect with each other, and I think we're going to make it all the way.
I like how they're the energy they bring and everything. I like their energy, and then I feel like they're going to go really far, and I hope that they will go far, and they got this. Go USA.
I'm sensing there might be some soccer players in that young group there.
I think so too.
Reminder, the next USA game is Monday against Belgium. You can catch all the World Cup excitement right here over on Fox. New tonight, DWP officials are warning some Koreatown residents not to drink the tap water. A boil water notice is in effect for a 2-block radius after E. coli bacteria was detected during routine testing.
Fox 11's Matthew Seedorf is live on the scene for us. And Matthew, how widespread is the contamination?
Well, it's estimated that this impacts thousands of people on these 2 blocks, but it doesn't impact the entire LA water system at all, really just focus on these blocks. According to LADWP, they first noticed this in a routine water sample Tuesday, then they issued that boil water notice today. Joe will show you kind of what we're looking at. You can see it's a highly residential area here in Koreatown, lots of apartment complexes. Tonight, LADWP crews are out distributing water bottles to all the people impacted because of that boil water notice. They can't drink the water right now, they can't cook it unless they boil it first. But we did hear from residents just a little while ago. You can tell how many people it impacts as well as businesses that are forced to shut down. Take a look.
Yeah, water, but we need it for taking a shower, for washing all the dishes and everything, but for any reason we don't use it.
Bubbling, water is bubbling, so what I do last night is I'm aware that you have to boil it, to make it safe, and that's what I did.
So the water's bubbling when it comes out?
Yeah, bubbling, it's like...
A little cloudy looking?
Yeah, it's like that last night.
It's pretty frustrating and scary at the moment because workers cannot continue working for today and they don't know whether they're going to be working tomorrow or not.
It's unclear how long this boil water notice will last. Now, officials say this is unrelated to the warehouse fire in Boyle Heights, but I do want to show you this because I think it is a little concerning because you can see that LADWP does have a command post set up and they've got the porta potties out here, so it kind of lends the impression or the idea that possibly this could take some time. We did try to speak with them and no one here is available to speak with us on camera. Reporting live tonight in Koreatown, Matthew Seedorf, Fox 11 News.
So Matthew, give us your location there and those water pallets. People can come just pick up some water right there?
Yeah, so we're at 6th in Normandy, and yeah, it pretty much, if you live in this impacted area, these 2 blocks, and for a map of that, it's on foxla.com. But yeah, for anyone in these blocks, you can come up here, and they're distributing water really to anyone that says they live in the area and can say which street and which address they are in.
You know, Matthew, between Boyle Heights and now this, and of course, earlier we had the whole situation out in Garden Grove, but specifically here in the city of LA, we've got a mayoral election going on. I mean, do you get any sense that there's just a push to try to jump on a problem as soon as it happens because of the context of an election going on, or you just think this is something that had to be attended to quickly?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I know that the mayor's office put out a statement, as well as the Council District 10 office put out a statement. So all the political leaders, you could say, are trying to get involved in making people know that, you know, this is taking place, as well as that they're distributing water, trying to help the community. So definitely election season also noticeable out here as well.
All right, Matthew, thank you. Another story right here that is about the mayor as well. Talking free health clinics helping Boyle Heights residents after that massive warehouse fire. LA Mayor Karen Bass partnered with local groups to bring the clinics here. They offer no-cost respiratory screenings, eye and skin checks, and more. The 8-day fire is now contained, but lingering smoke and odors from rotting food inside the building continue to affect air quality. Mayor Bass is urging anyone impacted to visit the clinics.
They report, respiratory symptoms. They report headaches. They report other problems. To have a mobile clinic that is going to go directly to them is exactly what is needed at this point in time.
So the Boyle Heights area has 3 mobile clinics, one at Ruben Salazar Park on Whittier Boulevard. That's going to be open tomorrow and Friday. Barrio Action Family Center on Huntington Drive will also provide services tomorrow. So will Luke Costello Junior Recreation Center on Olympic Boulevard. Clinic hours there are from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m.
And now to this, a major crackdown on sex trafficking along South LA's Figueroa corridor. The raids, the second part of what law enforcement is calling Operation Broken Blade. Fox 11's Rachel Aragon has more.
Target vulnerability. They recruit via social media.
Wednesday morning, federal and local law enforcement executing sweeps along South Los Angeles Figueroa corridor. It's part of an ongoing operation to crack down on sex trafficking.
These defendants recruited runaways, girls from foster care systems, and other vulnerable victims who turned to social media for affection.
First Assistant U.S. Attorney Bill Asaley says his office has charged over 24 defendants with human trafficking violations over the last 11 months. He adds some of the victims are young adults, while others are children. While he did not disclose their exact age, he claims some of the victims have faced horrific violence.
One victim was forced to engage in sexual activities on the same day she was forced to have an invasive abortion procedure.
For parents, I would say, your kids need your time. They need your attention.
Tina Chang works for Olive Crest, whose mission is to prevent child abuse. She says it's important that parents stay connected to their children, especially as traffickers lean on social media to lure in their young victims.
Young people don't have the ability to, figure out who's lying and who's not lying. And I don't think people realize how close all of our children are to being preyed upon, because it's just that one person that slips into your DMs and is now promising you things.
Local and federal leaders say their joint operation just happened to coincide during the World Cup, but add they do tend to see an uptick in sex trafficking during major sporting events.
People are coming in from out of the state, out of the country, and there's a higher demand, and so we see an uptick. So we always make a concerted effort to increase awareness and enforcement for sex trafficking, human trafficking.
In downtown Los Angeles, Rachel Aragon, Fox 11 News.
Well, looking at a live shot of Santa Monica where we've had the hazy afternoon. The sun finally did come out. We got to see it a little later. We'll be right back. A burglary pursuit comes to a crash ending in Beverly Grove. Skyfox above the scene just after 6 this evening. You see it right there. Now, this is off 3rd and Robertson. According to the LAPD, 3 suspects were taken into custody. No word on any injuries there or the condition of anyone in the other car. Fireworks are a huge part of World Cup celebrations and, of course, Independence Day.
But illegal ones can spark deadly fires and can result in criminal charges. Fox 11's Nick Garcia with more on a warning from officials.
Mexico's win over Ecuador Tuesday night had people setting off illegal fireworks across the Southland, in Pacoima, Santa Ana, and East LA.
With the World Cup, there have been a lot of fireworks going off.
Last night.
I mean, no, shout out to Mexico for the win yesterday. Yeah, that was really cool.
I think fireworks are fun. I don't know. I don't have a strong opinion.
After those fireworks. But LA County District Attorney Nathan Hochman is reminding people that an illegal show in the sky will lead to a show of force from law enforcement.
We are dealing in this county with a monumental problem, dealing with fireworks and illegal explosive devices.
Hochman recently holding a press conference with fire and police officials ahead of this weekend's July 4th holiday.
What may seem like a tradition and a way to celebrate, and the reality is illegal fireworks, again, have irreversible consequences.
Hochman says over the past couple years, thousands of pounds of illegal fireworks and explosives have been seized.
We're going to come after you. If you basically want to engage in this incredibly dangerous and risky activity in our county, that we have a cell door with your name on it.
In some cases, disaster struck before they were discovered, as there have been several deadly incidents involving illegal fireworks.
One moment of celebration is never worth the loss of a life, a home being lost, or an entire neighborhood being vacant for a considerable amount of time.
Nick Garcia, Fox 11 News.
Starting today, California drivers are paying even more at the pump. The state's gas tax has increased by 2 cents per gallon, bringing the excise tax to 63 cents a gallon. Still the highest state gas tax in the nation. Diesel fuel is also going up, with the tax going up 2 cents to 48 cents per gallon. The automatic increases are required under California's 2017 Road Repair and Accountability Act, which ties the tax to inflation. The hike comes as the average price of regular gas in Los Angeles is already around $5.46 a gallon.
A new law will be changing the way packaged food is labeled. Assembly Bill 660 eliminates sell-by dates on most packaged foods. Instead, products will use a best if used by date to show when the food is at its best quality and a use by date to indicate when it is still safe to eat. Now, state leaders say the change is designed to reduce food waste, as studies show confusion over date labels leads to about a 20% of food thrown away in U.S. homes. Love is in the air, literally, but as usual, it didn't come without taking a huge risk.
A masked couple proved to be the ultimate daredevils this afternoon, climbing the Empire State Building's main antenna. They were dressed in black, wearing masks. They made it all the way to the top of the skyscraper, which stands over 1,400 feet tall. Once they reached the top, they unfurled a banner that said, "When the power of love beats the love of power, the world knows peace." One of them got down on one knee and proposed. After hugging and snapping some selfies, they climbed back down straight into the arms of the New York Police Department.
Facing a few charges,
I should think, yes. Yeah. So right here, new police body cam footage showing the pair in custody. Authorities haven't confirmed their identities. Fox 5 New York reports they may be Angela Nicolo and Ivan Birkus. They're known for roof-topping, which means performing high-risk climbs with no safety gear. The couple gained fame in the 2024 Netflix documentary, Skywalker's A Love Story. Seems terrifying to me. And again, as we noted, they face charges.
Right. I mean, terrifying and also very risky for them.
Yeah.
And think about the people who are trying to get them down. So all of that, I think they may have to reconsider the wisdom of what they did.
Again, waiting to hear about those charges.
Right.
All right, be right back.
weather is sponsored by My Home Sold.
Well, we've been having a bit of June gloom in July.
Oh, yeah, it's July 1st.
Yes, today is July 1st. However, if you looked outside, you might have thought it was June gloom today. What do you think?
Well, so then we need to switch the terminology to No Sky July, now that we're here in July 1st. But there's going to be less of the marine layer going forward in the next couple of days. We'll talk about it in a second. Here's a live view in Santa Monica. Pretty end to our day. Of course, a very exciting day if you're a soccer fan. U.S. taking the victory and moving on. Let's switch it from Santa Monica to Mount Wilson just to give you another view of the beautiful sky out there, the nice yellow and orange glow out on the horizon. Temperatures today a little cooler than normal, though, for this time of year. That'll start to change as we head towards our holiday. Temps coming up for the weekend. So a warming trend upon us. Not that it's going to get real hot, but just warming up to around normal for this time of year. Also, like I said, less widespread marine layer, but you're still going to see it during the morning hours. And then Saturday, kind of an interesting setup where I think we're going to get some clouds coming in from a tropical storm in the Pacific. Shouldn't play a big role in like blocking out your view of fireworks or anything like that. Those clouds should be a little higher up. We'll look at that in a second. First, let's just go through tonight and tomorrow morning. There's your cloud cover filling in, but again, not as widespread as what we've seen for the last couple of days. And notice how quickly, by about 10 a.m. or so, most of the cloud cover is gone, and then we've got sunshine for the rest of the day. Temperatures tomorrow starting off near 60 early in the morning, heading into the 70s again in the afternoon for L.A. If you head into the valleys or deserts, you're going to be hotter, though. Here's an overview of those high temperatures. And again, for July, it's not that hot across the deserts, and in the Inland Empire, 80s. That's a little bit cooler than normal for this time of year. Some low 80s through the valleys, and then you see the 70s through a lot of LA and Orange County, down towards low 70s as you head towards the coast. Meanwhile, the dangerous heat sits here in the eastern U.S. with extreme heat warnings, heat advisories. That heat will expand westward gradually over the next several days. But right now we've got this little dip in the upper level winds. We call it the jet stream, which has helped bring in some slightly cooler air our way. And then here's that tropical storm. It's Douglas, not coming anywhere near land, but notice the clouds from this stretching across Mexico right now. Some of that cloud cover will work its way through our skies on Saturday, but these are usually higher level clouds. And again, I don't think they're going to block out our view of fireworks on Saturday. Our pattern changing, that little trough, that dip shape retreating, high pressure approaching this weekend. Temps come up as a result, and I think that high builds even more next week, which means temperatures keep going up. 7-day forecast has our temps slowly but surely climbing. 77, 79, 80 for LA on Saturday for the 4th of July, kind of holding that same range through Monday or Tuesday, and then up even more by the middle of next week. Average is 81 this time of year, so many of these days are technically a little cooler than normal. For the coast, it'll be pretty consistent. Low 70s for a while. Again, not as much or not as long-lasting marine layer mornings coming up here, so just a minimal no sky July. Valleys and Inland Empire, we're going to find temps going up here as well. A lot of these highs are more so for the valleys. The IE, you can tack on a few more degrees, meaning I think this weekend we're probably going to see some 90s in the Inland Empire. We're back right after this break.
Free life. live across SoCal. This is LA Live News Tonight on Fox 11 Plus.
Look at downtown LA, where the city council has approved a massive redevelopment project that aims to offer more housing and mixed-use buildings in the Skid Row area that now has warehouses and cold storage buildings.
Fox 11's Christy Fajardo in downtown LA with more on this ambitious project. Christy?
Laura, the city council approved the massive complex, and I do mean massive, yesterday. And to give you an idea of its size, take a look over here. It takes up this entire block and even includes some of the buildings on the other side of 4th Street. It is expected to break ground in 2 years and will be located at 4th and Central in what is now cold storage facilities. It's blocks from the heart of Skid Row to one side, the Arts District to the other, and Little Tokyo on the other. It will be a 7.6-acre mixed-use complex with a $2 billion price tag. The architecture firm Studio 111 has renderings of the master plan on their website. It includes 10 buildings, among them a 30-story skyscraper. It will feature 1,500 housing units with at least 260 being designated for low income. The rest will be condos and apartments. There will also be restaurants, retail space, and space for other businesses like banks. We spoke to a truck owner driver who says he'll lose business once the cold storage facilities close to make way for the development. We also spoke to the owner of the Catch 21 restaurant, which is right across the street, who is taking a wait-and-see approach.
I don't know it's bad or good, but it's both sides, I like both sides. It's in the future, unpredictable, we don't know. Could be good, could be worse,
It's to kill the workforce of truck drivers. We're going to pick up loads now. So it's kind of a bad thing.
We also spoke to people off camera who shared concerns about what will happen to the unhoused population that currently resides here. They worry that they could be uprooted to make way for the project. And also some community groups in Little Tokyo oppose the project. We spoke to one business owner off camera who tells us he worries what it will do to real estate prices in the area. But there's also a lot of support, including from organized labor and other community groups, who point out we need more housing, and some also tout the concessions that were made by the developers in the 5 years long approval process. Live in downtown LA, I'm Christy Fajardo. Let's send it back to you.
Well, yes, Christy, I've been noticing the articles about this for many years. I didn't realize it had been quite as many years as you said. So it'd be interesting to know how they finally got it pushed through. I wonder how much had to do with the fact that it did include some units in the building that will be for people who are low income.
Absolutely, and a lot of people did say that today, that they think that more housing, especially anything that is affordable for low-income people, is a move in the right direction.
That artist rendition, Christy, is quite the drawing there. It looks like an amazing project if you do support it.
Well, the owner of the Los Angeles storage facility, who's also involved in this, he says it's an investment in the future, so he is touting it as a future of downtown LA.
All right.
Thank you so much. Christy Fajardo in downtown Los Angeles. A candidate for LA City Attorney takes a closer look at the challenges in Skid Row. John McKinney toured the area earlier today, invited by a group representing 600 downtown property owners. The walk spotlighted homelessness, poverty, and public safety in the 50-block district.
No matter how much money we throw at this problem, nothing seems to be working. I've had this job for 24 years, and certainly in that time, billions of dollars have been spent, and I continue to see people die on the gutter.
I certainly have the resolve to address the problem and do everything I can for the city attorney's position to attack this problem.
McKinney says he's calling for a balanced approach, enforcing laws to keep streets safe while expanding programs for housing and mental health. He will face Marissa Roy in the race for LA City Attorney this November. Tonight, the humanitarian crisis in Venezuela is growing after 2 powerful earthquakes hit at the end of June. The death toll is now topped 2,000 people, with more than 11,000 people injured. Hospitals are overwhelmed as thousands of survivors remain without shelter or clean water. Rescue teams, including U.S. crews, are still searching through the rubble, while officials say more than 40,000 people remain missing.
The global crypto market is estimated to be worth more than $2 trillion, and you can make a lot or lose a lot of money very fast. Few have been more successful with crypto than President Trump. Now, Democrats are accusing him of rigging the game in his favor. Fox's Jared Halpern explains.
As the White House navigates a midterm landscape focused on affordability and the cost of living, new documents are shedding light on the president's own financial situation. A federal disclosure released Tuesday shows President Trump made more than $1 billion last year from his crypto businesses, while investors took heavy losses. All told, the president raked in more than $2 billion in 2025, but he's brushing off concerns about a conflict of interest.
I don't get involved in my personal. We have funds that run my money.
To critics who say you're profiting off the presidency, Mr.
Well, you know why I'm profiting? Because the stock market's going up. Everybody's profiting.
Trump, the self-proclaimed crypto president, moved quickly at the start of his administration to shut down attempts to regulate the industry. But the massive windfall is fueling ethical questions and campaign material for Democrats.
We've known for a long time now that the president is using his office to personally benefit to the tune of billions of dollars. They've used crypto to try to mask who the contributors are, but that only goes so far.
They are literally the elites they pretend to hate.
The White House insists there's nothing improper about the president's business dealings and that all of his moves are made in the public interest.
He's pretty busy as president. He's not doing those trades from the Oval Office as he's making decisions for our country.
Senate Democrats are also calling for hearings and investigations into allegations members of the Trump family are cashing in on foreign deals. In Washington, Jared Halpern, Fox News.
We're just days away from celebrating America's 250th birthday, and from Los Angeles to New York City and Washington, D.C., major events are planned to celebrate this once-in-a-generation moment. Fox's Rebecca Castor has more.
It's going to be a July 4th unlike any other, starting with 8 red, white, and blue ball drops in New York City on July 3rd, block parties in several U.S. cities, and the largest fireworks show ever right here in the nation's capital on July 4th.
This week, Americans all across our nation are filled with joy and excitement and anticipation as we prepare for one of the proudest moments in our history.
But the grand events also require grand security. With more than 1 million people expected to gather in Washington, D.C., local officials are ramping up security.
You'll see more concrete, more blocking vehicles, fencing, things that you don't see typically during a July 4th, or really we haven't seen in a July 4th since after 9/11, because this is a national special security event.
At every America 250 event, drones are the largest security concern. Federal officials have seized more than 400 so far during the World Cup. Violators face criminal charges and hefty fines.
The safest choice is very simple. Leave your drone at home. If you see a drone operating where it should not be, report it immediately.
A major heat dome is threatening July 4th events from the heartland to the East Coast. We're at a sizzling 98 degrees in Washington today. Cooling centers will be open throughout the weekend, but everyone celebrating is encouraged to stay hydrated and limit their time outdoors. In Washington, Rebecca Castor, Fox News.
As we celebrate 250 years of American history, Fox Corporation is honoring our nation's spirit of neighbors helping neighbors. Join Fox 11 in supporting Los Angeles Regional Food Bank as part of the Fox America 250 Food Bank campaign. Click the QR code on your screen to donate now, or go to go.foxback/America250LA.
We're going glam in tonight's Wednesday's Child segment. We meet a really sharp teen in foster care in front of and behind the camera as DCFS is looking for an adoptive home for her.
Yes, great job. Like that.
At the Michael Vincent Academy for a supermodel photo shoot for a teen in foster care.
My name is Aisha. I'm 15 and I'm in the 9th grade.
It starts with makeup and hair at the Michael Vincent Academy, courtesy students Luciana Pierre and Oscar Heredia.
How's it feel to get your makeup done?
It feels good. I really love my makeup and I love the people that did it.
A fashion shoot
Well, we can try both and see.
also means wardrobe. Zaisha loved the glitz.
It is really nice. It has lots of detail and stuff. I like the beading.
In the end, MVA went with a power suit.
I like the colors, the gold and everything. The plaid, I really like it. I think it fits me.
A power suit is perfect for this teen with career in mind.
When I grow up, I want to be a criminal justice attorney because I like to help people, but I want to challenge myself while doing it. At first, I was going to be a social worker, but when I talked to my social worker, he told me probably law is best for me since I do like reading and writing.
In school,
I like English class. I'm into PE now for athletics and math.
As DCFS is looking for an adoptive home, Zaisha would like
someone that support me through going through college, in general, just a supportive family.
To learn more about adoption and Wednesday's Child, call this DCFS hotline 866-921-ADOPT. That's 2367.
Come forward a little bit.
Tal Vincent, co-owner of MVA, presented Zaisha with a gift bag.
Look at these lashes from Friends Beauty. You have the UFO, Sunday Riley. You have the Body Glow Shimmering Body Oil Gel.
Perfect, perfect.
Michael Vincent with the expert eye. Oh, it was so much fun. All right, Fox 11 has been doing Wednesday's Child for 30 years, and we thank the Michael Vincent Academy in North Hollywood for hosting once again.
What a beautiful young woman.
Yes, inside and out, as you can see.
Yeah, and the pictures to die for.
Well, Michael Vincent Academy, we credit them for the magic.
All right, beautiful story there. We'll be right back.
Extend.
It's a reminder you hear every year ahead of 4th of July. Make sure your pets are safe and that they're secure.
4th of July, one of the busiest days for shelters across the nation, with many pets getting spooked by fireworks. Fox's Irene Snyder shares some tips for pet owners on what to do if your pet gets away.
It's a sinking, heartbreaking feeling when you realize your beloved pet is missing.
There's a couple different steps to do right away, and I'm sure your brain is already scrambling.
Kim Powell with Maricopa County Animal Care and Control says many of these pets are dropped off without any form of identification. No collar, tag, or microchip. 4th of July is one of their busiest days of the year.
We always prepare for 4th of July far ahead of time. We know that it is going to be a busy day, not just on the 4th of July, but the days to come as well, because people are going to be shooting off fireworks the days before, the days after. So we are expecting an influx of lost dogs coming in.
If your dog is brought to the shelter, here's what happens.
If you have some form of ID on your dog, a microchip or a tag, you get a minimum of 5 days, and we're going to do everything to get a hold of you as well.
But if they don't have any ID, that dog is put on a 72-hour stray hold. And if you don't come to claim your dog within that time frame, the dog could be adopted out to someone else.
Most of the lost pets that come here don't have any form of ID on them. So it does happen quite often that people come after the stray hold, whether their dog is still here or not, because I don't think a lot of people realize that there's only a 72-hour stray hold.
Kim says they've had situations where owners have come in to get their dogs after the holding period, but the dog is already with his or her new family.
It happens pretty frequently. It's really heartbreaking when a dog doesn't have any form of ID and the stray hold ends and someone else falls in love with the dog. Once the dog leaves our property with another adopter, that dog is now under their ownership. And legally, we can't force them to bring the dog back because now that dog is legally theirs. So it's really up to the adopter to call them and see if they would want to reunite the pet with their owner. And sometimes they're already attached to their dog as well.
Kim says if your dog goes missing, make sure to call your local shelters. Post your dog on sites like Petco Love and Next Door.
We're the authority when it comes to the stray animals of Maricopa County, so contacting us is probably your #1 bet to make sure that you have all your bases covered.
This week especially, keep your dog comfortable and if possible, inside during fireworks.
If your dog ever gets spooked by fireworks or any loud noises like a thunderstorm, make sure that they are in a safe spot in your house. Put their collar on them that night for sure. Make sure they have ID on them.
And of course, get them microchipped. That, Kim says, is the best heartbreak insurance of all.
Because collars will pop off. Sometimes, they take a bath, they're not wearing their collar. I know my dog has been playing rough and the collar falls off. But microchips are a great way to make sure that you have your contact information on your dog. And most dogs that are microchipped are returned to their owner.
Irene Snyder, Fox 10 News.
As a dog mom, that was a wealth of information there.
Right.
The microchip and the collar and the quiet.
Yeah. It's like the worst day of the year for pets, right? One of them with the 4th of July fireworks and all the noise,
But for us, it's a good weekend.
Should be. And I'll tell you what, I was thinking if we could just make like a national holiday on Monday because it's the 4th of July this weekend, right? Then the soccer team.
Team USA
They
plays
played on Monday, though. And we always talk about the Monday after the Super Bowl should be a holiday. This Monday needs to be a holiday. We can all just watch soccer,
Well, I think a lot of people will be.
Yeah, I think so. Like we'll make it an unofficial holiday maybe. A lot of people
like it.
Maybe not at work or something like that. Let's talk about what's going on nationwide as we head into this holiday weekend because a big national weather story is the dangerous heat. You can see how hot it's going to feel tomorrow across, let's say, the eastern U.S. You see all those feels like temperatures over 100. We'll take you into Friday. Kind of the same story there. Look at Washington, D.C. feeling like 108, feeling like 105 in New York, 100 or hotter for the feels like temperature in Chicago. And then even on Saturday, 4th of July here, not fun with that heat and humidity combination for a good part of the country there. Meanwhile, for us, we will be warming up. We're going to head up to around 80 or so for LA on Saturday, which will be warmer than we've seen for last several days in a row. We've had highs more so in the 70s. So not a huge warm up, but it will be warmer. I think we'll find some scattered clouds as well. More sunshine on Sunday and temperatures about the same or maybe down a degree. Let's bring it back, though, to what we expect tomorrow. So there will be some clouds early, but it's not going to be as widespread of a marine layer as we've had for the last few nights and mornings, and it won't last as late into the morning or at times even afternoon for some people. So it should clear out sooner. Notice we get those temperatures comfortably into the 70s once again tomorrow, and then as you go into the valleys, it's going to be a little warmer, but not that hot for July. Even in the deserts, I mean, these temperatures are not that bad considering that we're now in July. All the temperatures, well, most of the temperatures you're seeing here are cooler than normal for this time of year by a little bit. It will be warm, though, in the IE with the 80s there, valleys, 80s, lots of 70s around LA, Orange County, and along the coast in the lower part of the 70s because of this pattern right here, this little dip and the jet stream bringing slightly cooler temperatures down through the west coast. Of course, there's that high over the east, which is doing the opposite, and that high will start shifting westward. The heat's going to expand westward as we go into the weekend. So that brings our temperatures up. Again, not what I would call a heat wave at all for us, but just warmer temperatures closer to normal for July. We do expect temps to go a little above normal as we head into the middle of next week. And as soon as the computer decides to load this image, you're going to see that we have hardly any rain coming for the western U.S. There it is, and all of California over the next 7 days. It looks like it's going to be totally dry. All right, so our temperatures for the next 7 days for the highs. Again, we're going up a little bit, but nothing too extreme. Upper 70s and then around 80 or so this weekend, into the 80s for LA and Orange County as we go into next week. For the coast, it'll be pretty consistent here. Low 70s for a while. For the valleys in the Inland Empire, we've got temperatures going up, I think in the IE, probably some 90s this weekend. Valleys more so 80s, and then easily to the 90s for the valleys for next week. Mountains, temps going from 70s in the next couple of days to 80s this weekend. For the high desert, temperatures also heating up here. We'll be getting into the 90s or maybe even about 100 degrees a week from today. And then finally in the low desert, we've got temperatures that, it was inevitable to get well into the 100s here in July. In the low desert, you can only keep that heat away for so long. So this weekend, something like 105 or 106, and then going up to maybe 110 or somewhere in that ballpark by the middle of next week.
Every goal.
July 1st marks day 182 of 2026, and Blink 182 fans are flocking at an exclusive pop-up on Fairfax Avenue. They're gathering there. Complex LA is hosting the pop-up where you can step inside the punk rock world of the California band. The immersive space was inspired by the group's sound, their visuals, and creative vision. It also features limited edition merch and collectible items, The Blink 182 pop-up is open today through Friday from 11 to 7. Looks like a lot of fun.
Skyfox over West Hollywood, where Stephen Colbert's iconic Late Show sign has a new home. The sign auctioned off to benefit World Central Kitchen was acquired by WeHo Bistro. Will first be displayed on their rooftop for 2 weeks before a permanent installation on their wall. This special late-night TV piece will now be part of the local community. The owner of the WeHo Bistro explains why he got the sign.
Everybody's in a bit of pain because of all the different things happening in the world. And the cancellation was a lot of pain. And this sort of like re-energized people, gave people a little bit of faith, a little bit of happiness, knowing that it's not going to be completely gone. The charity Stephen was supporting was World Central Kitchen. And for us being a restaurant, it was the perfect way for us to give back.
The bistro is located at the corner of La Cienega Boulevard and Holloway Drive. The owner says he'll install the sign in their atrium and light it up. Fans, if you are one, you can visit, snap photos, celebrate the laughter and magic, he says, that Colbert brought to millions over the years.
Yeah, this was a big effort that they got together and decided that they weren't just going to let this go by the wayside. They wanted it still to be a prominent attraction.
Well, World Central Kitchen, we know they do amazing work in disasters, going to locations where aid is needed, so it went to a really great cause, the money. All right, that's it for us. Not done yet.
Live across SoCal, this is LA Live News Tonight on Fox 11 Plus.
The United States, despite being down a man for half an hour, has beaten Bosnia and Herzegovina and has moved on to the next round of the World Cup.
Now at 9, a big win for Team USA.
I'm Anders Gutierrez in Carson with reaction from fans as Team USA wins their first World Cup knockout win in 24 years.
I'm Chief Meteorologist Adam Kruger. Temperatures continue just a pinch cooler than normal for this time of year, but we're heating up. Heading into our holiday weekend, probably going to find some 90s back on the map.
And E. coli alert. LADWP warns Koreatown residents not to drink the tap water after bacteria is detected. Plus, Skid Row makeover. LA City Council approves a massive development to transform cold storage warehouses into housing. Good evening. You're watching LA Live News Tonight. I'm Laura Diaz. Galaxy Park in Carson reopened its gates tonight as fans gathered for Team USA's victorious round of 32 win over Bosnia and Herzegovina. Fox 11's Andres Gutierrez is live in Carson, where thousands showed up for tonight's high-stakes knockout game. Andres?
Yeah, Laura, at least 2,000 folks ended up showing up here, and it got so rowdy within the park here that you could actually feel the ground shake, especially after that second goal that ended up securing the win. You have to take in the moment. Let's go ahead and take a look. And overall, there was just a sea of red, white, and blue out here. There were flags all over the place, the chants of USA, USA, as the team ended up securing this win for the first time in 24 years. And they ended up, it was a little rough there because there was that red card that came out there in the second half of the game where we ended up losing a player. But once they sealed it, the crowd ended up erupting into cheers. And we ended up asking them why they came out here, and this was what they told us.
This is the place to be. All the friends, we don't live close to each other, but we all gathered just for this moment to celebrate the U.S. together. That's what it's about. It's about community. It's about family. It's about America.
It just brings out the patriotism in me. I'm so excited. I love it. I love that it unites the world.
What does this mean for you and your son? For me and my son, it means family. It means we love this country. It means we come a long way. USA soccer has come a long way, and we love it.
And overall, people are excited and looking forward to the next game when America ends up taking on Belgium on Monday. Some are calling it the revenge game because that is the team they ended up losing back in 2014 and sent them home, preventing them from actually making it to the quarterfinals there during the last World Cup. And so there is a lot of excitement here. They were not planning to have this particular watch party. They were scheduled to do some for the weekend, but because there was so much interest and excitement over this one, the LA Galaxy decided to open up the park right here, put up the screen, and essentially turn this into one giant living room for everyone to take in and celebrate the moments, and they sure did. Reporting live in Carson, Andres Gutierrez, Fox 11 News.
Well, it's like a giant block party out there, right? Are you getting the sense that anyone's making new friends, or are they just showing up with people they know and then leaving again and maybe not sharing phone numbers or anything?
Oh, they're all strangers out here, and they become friends, become some family members. You could feel them that they could become family at one point. Yeah, no, there is absolutely a lot of folks who turn out to be strangers, and then they get to know each other at these particular events, and they do end up becoming friends. And that's exactly why they decided to host this particular party. The LA Galaxy is expecting a larger turnout on Sunday when Mexico ends up playing. They expect that there will be 7,000 fans out here. Again, this is a family-friendly event, so things do not end up getting totally out of hand, unlike what we've seen at some other celebrations. But yeah, no, overall there is a lot of excitement out here.
All right, let the good vibes continue. Thank you so much, Andres. Fans were cheering on Team USA in the city of Artesia at a FIFA World Cup watch party. Good Day LA's Sandra Endo was there to chat with fans.
Hey, what do you think about Team USA and how they're doing?
I think they're doing great. Honestly, I think they're going to make it all the way.
I think they came out really strong and they're doing great. Like the way they connect with each other, and I think they're going to make it all the way.
I like how they're like the energy they bring and like everything.
I like their energy, and then I feel like they're going to go really far, and I hope that they will go far, and they got this. Go USA.
They got this. A reminder, the next USA game is Monday against Belgium. You can watch all the World Cup excitement over on Fox. And of course, there are many ways to watch all the World Cup matches, including here on Fox, as well as FS1. You can also catch the games on the Fox One app, as well as plenty of other apps, including YouTube TV, Hulu Plus Live TV, Fubo, and DirecTV Stream. Happening right now, the Chloe fire near San Martinez Grande Canyon Road and Highway 126 is burning at zero containment, according to CAL FIRE. The blaze began shortly before 5 this evening, and so far it's scorched nearly 205 acres. Right now, the cause is under investigation. And we're looking out there to LAX and looking over to Chief Meteorologist Adam Kruger, where a lot of people are going to want clear skies for 4th of July fireworks. Will they get their wish, Adam?
I think it's going to be partially cloudy on Saturday, but more like high-level clouds, so not the, marine layer that can sometimes block out the clouds. People along the coast might remember that last 4th of July. I was one of them at Marina Del Rey, where it was the worst weather ever to view fireworks. I don't think it'll be like that this time around. Before we even go there, though, let's talk about the winds, because you mentioned the Chloe fire. That's about 7 or 8 miles west of Santa Clarita. Winds are light right now. They were kind of gusty in the afternoon, but calm winds at the moment. You can see the wind forecast going into the morning hours. Winds pretty much stay calm in that area all night long. So hopefully that helps out with the containment there for that fire. A very rural area, though. It's again like 7, 8 miles west of Santa Clarita, about 5 miles west of Six Flags Magic Mountain. All right, now tomorrow we are going to see some clouds early. We've had a lot of cloud cover during the morning hours, and for some even into the afternoon lately, but less prevalent marine layer tomorrow, and it won't last as late into the day. So we get the sunshine breaking out a little sooner. Temperature-wise, gorgeous tomorrow. We've got the temps that are slightly cooler than normal for this time of year by a couple degrees. Pretty nice for most areas. You see a lot of 70s and 80s on the map. Even in the deserts where it can get really hot this time of year, it's not too hot there right now. For tomorrow, low 80s across the valleys, maybe some mid or even upper 80s in the Inland Empire. Lots of 70s, though, around LA on the east side, maybe more into the low 80s. Inland Orange County, 70s, and along the coast, we expect low 70s. Now, as we go towards the weekend, temperatures will be coming up a little bit. Here's the map for Friday. You're going to see more of those 80s for inland areas and maybe a few 90s in the IE. And then finally into Saturday, 4th of July. Again, those temperatures will be warm, but hey, it's July. You would expect some warm temps here and there. So 90s in the IE, 80s across the valleys, maybe 80 for LA for the high during the day, and then the 70s along the coast. We'll get to the 7-day forecast a little later. Laura?
Sounds good. Thank you. Developing tonight, a boil water alert in Koreatown is sparking concern after LADWP began handing out bottled water and urging residents not to drink from the tap. The boil water notice is now in effect for a 2-block area after E. coli was detected during routine testing. Fox 11's Matthew Seedorf is live on the scene for us. And Matthew, how widespread is this contamination?
Well, Laura, thousands of people are impacted by this notice. Now, workers left here about 30 minutes ago, but it's unclear how long this could go on. A water emergency in the heart of LA's Koreatown. E. coli detected in the drinking water, forcing thousands of people under a boil water notice.
It's terrible. Terrible for us, for the kids, for everybody drinking the water or using the water.
LADWP crews Wednesday evening flooding the neighborhood, handing out cases of bottled water to concerned residents.
Of course frustrating, because water is very important.
Many confused, wondering what happened.
Water is bubbling, so what I do last night is I'm aware that you have to boil it, to make it safe. And that's what I did.
So the water's bubbling when it comes out?
Yeah, bubbling.
We don't know exactly, we don't know what happened. Because they don't want to say nothing, they don't want to explain, and we don't know what happened.
Frustrating?
really frustrated.
According to LADWP, E. coli was found in a routine water sample collected Tuesday, triggering a boil water notice Wednesday for 2 densely populated blocks of Koreatown. Officials say the issue is not related to the warehouse fire in Boyle Heights and does not impact the rest of LA's water system.
The health department came in and they were like, oh, we got to close down all the water.
Closed signs now posted at surrounding businesses. How many? As owners and residents wait for the all clear.
It's pretty frustrating and scary at the moment because workers cannot continue working for today and they don't know whether they're going to be working tomorrow.
We praying, and waiting for God, and we'll see what happens.
Now, LADWP has a command post set up behind me, so it seems like they're prepared for this to take some time. We're live tonight in Koreatown. Matthew Seedorf, Fox 11 News.
Yeah, Matthew, the people in the area couldn't have been happy when they saw those temporary bathrooms go up. But have you heard of anybody actually getting sick? Because we know that it can take 1 to 10 days for those symptoms to actually show up.
Yeah, we're not aware of anyone that's gotten sick from this, but as you said, symptoms can take between 1 to 10 days to show up, and you're thinking it's a lot of stomach issues, stomach pain. So it doesn't sound like anything fun that anyone wants to deal with. And I think a lot of people are worried about it, though, because that sample was collected on Tuesday, so they're wondering if it was possibly in the water when they were drinking from the tap last night.
All right, Matthew Seedorf, thank you so much. A major crackdown on sex trafficking along South LA's Figueroa corridor. The raids, the second part of what law enforcement is calling Operation Broken Blade. Fox 11's Rachel Aragon has more.
They target vulnerability. They recruit via social media.
Wednesday morning, federal and local law enforcement executing sweeps along South Los Angeles Figueroa corridor. It's part of an ongoing operation to crack down on sex trafficking.
These defendants recruited runaways, girls from foster care systems, and other vulnerable victims who turned to social media for affection.
First Assistant U.S. Attorney Bill Asaley says his office has charged over 24 defendants with human trafficking violations over the last 11 months. He adds some of the victims are young adults, while others are children. While he did not disclose their exact age, he claims some of the victims have faced horrific violence.
One victim was forced to engage in sexual activities on the same day she was forced to have an invasive abortion procedure.
For parents, I would say, your kids need your time. They need your attention.
Tina Chang works for Olive Crest, whose mission is to prevent child abuse. She says it's important that parents stay connected to their children, especially as traffickers lean on social media to lure in their young victims.
Young people don't have the ability to, figure out who's lying and who's not lying. And I don't think people realize how close all of our children are to being preyed upon, because it's just that one person that slips into your DMs and is now promising you things.
Local and federal leaders say their joint operation just happened to coincide during the World Cup, but add they do tend to see an uptick in sex trafficking during major sporting events.
People are coming in from out of the state, out of the country, and there's a higher demand, and so we see an uptick. So we always make a concerted effort to increase awareness and enforcement for sex trafficking, human trafficking.
In downtown Los Angeles, Rachel Aragon, Fox 11 News.
Well, the 4th of July is almost here. As we look there to the pier, we'll be right back. We're going to take a short break.
Get free.
Fireworks are a huge part of World Cup celebrations and, of course, Independence Day. But illegal ones can spark deadly fires and can result in criminal charges. Fox 11's Nick Garcia with more on the warning from officials.
Mexico's win over Ecuador Tuesday night had people setting off illegal fireworks across the Southland. In Pacoima, Santa Ana, and East LA.
With the World Cup, there have been a lot of fireworks going off.
Last night.
I mean, no, shout out to Mexico for the win yesterday. Yeah, that was really cool.
I think fireworks are fun. I don't know. I don't have a strong opinion.
After those fireworks. But LA County District Attorney Nathan Hochman is reminding people that an illegal show in the sky will lead to a show of force from law enforcement.
We are dealing in this county with a monumental problem, dealing with fireworks and illegal explosive devices.
Hochman recently holding a press conference with fire and police officials ahead of this weekend's July 4th holiday.
What may seem like a tradition and a way to celebrate, and the reality is illegal fireworks, again, have irreversible consequences.
Hochman says over the past couple years, thousands of pounds of illegal fireworks and explosives have been seized.
We're going to come after you. If you basically want to engage in this incredibly dangerous and risky activity in our county, that we have a cell door with your name on it.
In some cases, disaster struck before they were discovered, as there have been several deadly incidents involving illegal fireworks.
One moment of celebration is never worth the loss of a life, a home being lost, or an entire neighborhood being vacant for a considerable amount of time.
Nick Garcia, Fox 11 News.
As we celebrate 250 years of American history, Fox Corporation is honoring our nation's spirit of neighbors helping neighbors. Join Fox 11 in supporting Los Angeles Regional Food Bank as part of the Fox America 250 Food Bank campaign. Click the QR code on your screen to donate now or go to go.fox/America 250 LA.
Weather is sponsored by American Career College.
Well, we're looking at that beautiful scene outside as we go back to Adam Kruger, our chief meteorologist, to talk about the weather this week and leading into the holiday.
Yeah, so we will be warming, but it's not going to be what I would call a heat wave. It just kind of warms up to around average for this time of year, and there'll be less cloud cover than we've seen lately. That might be a good thing, and depending on, some people like the clouds. I think more sunshine the better. That's what we pay for around here, right? As we look at Mount Wilson right now, we can see just a thin layer of clouds. It's going to start to thicken up a little bit during the night. So let's go to our weather headlines. Here's what I'll talk about in the next few minutes. We have a warming trend coming our way. Again, less widespread marine layer the next few nights and mornings. And then Saturday, we're going to see some extra clouds coming in from a tropical storm in the Pacific, but these are usually higher level clouds, and I don't think that'll block our view of the fireworks or anything like that by Saturday evening. All right, futurecast. First of all, tonight is going to show the clouds coming in, but the last few nights and mornings, it was complete solid cloud cover across the IE, the valleys, and of course the basin. This looks a little more kind of broken up at this point tomorrow morning, and it should clear out a little sooner than we've been seeing lately. Notice by 10 a.m., our model says clouds are pretty much completely gone by noon and beyond. Certainly looks like that's going to be the case. Temperatures tomorrow, like what we saw today, maybe 1 or 2 degrees warmer, though. Early in the morning near 60, and then heading into the afternoon in the 70s for LA. Around the rest of the country, when we factor in the humidity on top of the heat, this is how hot and how miserably hot it's going to feel, dangerously hot, you could say, with triple-digit heat index values over a good portion of the Midwest, the eastern U.S. as well. We'll go into Friday, that heat's still lingering there. Look at Washington, D.C. to New York. Feels like temperatures 105 plus, and then into Saturday, 4th of July, still quite uncomfortable for many states from, let's say, Texas to the East Coast. Meanwhile, here, yes, we're going to be warming, but it's still going to be pretty nice weather for us. So we have extreme heat warnings, heat advisories for several states right through here, Midwest over towards the east and parts of the southeast as well. Then as we swing it over this way, there's that high pressure bringing that heat. We've got this, what we call trough in the upper level winds or the jet stream, which is helping to bring some slightly cooler air down across the west coast for now. Our pattern will change, though, in a few days. And then here's that tropical storm. It's Douglas. It stays far away from land, but notice the clouds spreading away from it, hitting parts of Mexico right now, and some of that cloud cover probably going to reach our area Saturday. Again, I don't think it's going to be much of a problem. These are more of the high-level clouds, not the real low marine layer clouds. Our pattern, again, changing. So that trough retreating to the north, high pressure nudging in from the east. This is the thing that delivered that high heat, so it's spreading westward. Not expecting a big heat wave here, but it will get warmer, and then it gets even warmer still, we think, as we go into the middle of next week, which you'll see on the forecast high temperatures. So not bad for this time of year. Average is 81. We're slightly below that to near that over the next several days. I think we do get into a warmer than normal pattern by the middle of next week. For the coast, well, of course, there's not going to be a whole lot of change here. Things kept mild by the ocean, so it's low 70s along the coast for several days. The valleys in the Inland Empire, it's going to get hotter. A lot of these numbers represent more so the valleys, meaning the Inland Empire. You can tack on a few degrees on top of this. Probably going to find some 90s in the Inland Empire this weekend, and all the valleys in Inland Empire are likely to see some 90s coming their way next week. We're back right after this break.
LA Live News Tonight.
Harvey Weinstein hospitalized again. The 74-year-old is at Bellevue's prison ward in Manhattan for heart issues. Now, this follows a series of health problems. Weinstein is in New York awaiting sentencing for his 20 to 25-year sentence on a felony sex crime conviction. Meantime, he's appealing a separate rape conviction in California. Actor Danny Glover has revealed that he's been living with Alzheimer's disease for 3 years now. The 79-year-old, known for roles in The Color Purple and the Lethal Weapon franchise, says, quote, "I don't feel like it's the end of my life. There's work to do." Glover has also been a UN Goodwill ambassador. And new tonight, ahead of the 2027 Super Bowl, ESPN is moving its LA studio from LA Live in downtown LA to Hollywood Park in Inglewood, next to SoFi Stadium. The move will bring shows like NBA Today to the NFL's headquarters. ESPN says the relocation will boost collaboration and create room for growth. About 160 employees will transition with no layoffs expected. Taking a look outside, we will be right back.
11. Live across SoCal, this is LA Live News Tonight on Fox 11 Plus.
A look at downtown LA, where the city council has approved a massive redevelopment project. It aims to offer more housing and mixed-use buildings in the Skid Row area that now has warehouses and cold storage buildings. Let's go live to Fox 11's Christy Fajardo in downtown LA with more on this ambitious project. Christy?
Laura, the City Council approved the project yesterday, and to give you an idea of the scope of the project, take a look here behind me. It takes up this entire block and even some of the buildings on the other side of 4th Street. And to give you an idea of the location, this is sort of the edge of Skid Row, the center of Skid Row. The heart of it is just a couple of blocks to our west. The Arts District is a few blocks to our east, and Little Tokyo is a few blocks to our north.
For 37 years, you know.
Kenny Chow, owner of Catch 21 on Central Avenue, has seen many changes since he opened in 1990. But the cold storage facility across the street has always been there. That's about to change with an ambitious $2 billion project.
Yeah. I don't know if it's bad or good, you know, but it's both sides, you know, I like both sides.
The City Council has now approved a 10-building, 7.6-acre mixed-use complex. The architecture firm Studio 111 has these renderings on its website of what is planned to replace these cold storage facilities at 4th and Central. They include a 30-story skyscraper, retail space, and 1,500 units of residences, with at least 260 units of low-income housing.
Yeah, I think they told them about 2 years. They should be all shut down and locked over, you know?
Trucker operator Andy Hinojosa says he's been pulling into Los Angeles cold storage since 1985 and will lose jobs when the complex breaks ground.
It's to kill the workforce of truck drivers. I mean, you know, we're going to pick up loads now. So it's kind of bad, a bad thing.
But the president of Los Angeles Cold Storage, which also is a partner in the project, believes it will benefit Los Angeles, telling the LA Times it's an investment in the future. We did speak to people off camera who are concerned what will happen to the unhoused population that lives in this area. They're concerned that they could be uprooted to make way for that project. And there are also some business groups in Little Tokyo that oppose the project. One business owner telling us off camera he worries what it will do to real estate prices in the area. But the project also had its share of supporters who say LA needs more housing. Live in downtown LA, I'm Christy Fajardo. Let's send it back to you.
Well, of course, change is always hard. But of the folks you did talk to and the people who were, you know, who liked the idea, did they tell you what they liked about it in particular that they thought might be a positive for this urban area?
Well, they like the aspect that there is low-income housing included, or that, you know, they believe that more housing is needed and that the affordability crisis, that something like this will help with that.
All right. Christy Fajardo, thank you so much for that live report downtown LA. A candidate for LA City Attorney takes a closer look at the challenges in Skid Row. John McKinney toured the area today, invited by a group representing 600 downtown property owners. The walk spotlighted homelessness, poverty, and public safety in the 50-block district.
No matter how much money we throw at this problem, nothing seems to be working. I've had this job for 24 years, and certainly in that time, billions of dollars have been spent, and I continue to see people die on the gutter.
I certainly have the resolve to address the problem and do everything I can from the city attorney's position to attack this problem.
McKinney says he's calling for a balanced approach, enforcing laws to keep streets safe while expanding programs for housing and mental health. He will face Marissa Roy in the race for LA City Attorney in November. A daring climb, a message about love, and a proposal over 1,000 feet up in the air. As Fox's Alexis McAdams reports, New Yorkers couldn't believe their eyes.
In this scene that captivated New York City on Wednesday, a pair of climbers scaled the antenna of one of the city's most recognizable landmarks. No visible tethers or equipment to help. They unfurled this massive banner at the top about the power of love. Then they took in the view of the 5 boroughs from 1,400 feet in the sky.
They climbed all the way to the top.
crazy. Actually, then look up and you can see them, they were waving down to us.
But they weren't done there. After climbing back down to a lower ledge, one climber dropped to his knee and popped the question. And it looks like she said yes.
It's crazy. It's like being in the movies.
Can you stay where you are?
This body cam footage shows the moment NYPD emergency service officers caught up with the climbers. It's still unclear how they got into the restricted area in the first place.
It's really intense security. You go through metal detectors, all sorts of things.
Police identified the two as 32-year-old Ivan Kuznetsov and 33-year-old Angela Nicolau. It was not their first daredevil climb. They've previously been featured in a Netflix documentary about their sky-high stunts around the world. So if you're thinking about a wedding proposal here in New York City, the Empire State Building reminding people at home, please do not climb. They have a wedding proposal package. Reporting in New York City, I'm Alexis McAdams, Fox News.
A burglary pursuit comes to a crash ending in Beverly Grove. Sky Fox above the scene just after 6 this evening. Now, this is off of 3rd and Robertson. Right there, you see all that big mess. According to LAPD, 3 suspects were taken into custody. No word on any of the injuries there, but the condition of anyone in the car is not known either. A year after an 8-year-old boy dies from a tree branch falling on him at a Calabasas summer camp, the family reaches a $19.3 million settlement. According to the LA Times, the lawsuit alleged negligence by the camp, a landscaping company, and claiming prior warnings were ignored. The branch that killed the boy was estimated to be 25 to 30 feet long and weighing several hundred pounds. An update now on the Nancy Guthrie investigation. This week, a report from Reuters said the FBI has determined the ransom notes that were sent to media outlets are fake. Those notes were sent to an Arizona TV station and TMZ in the days after the 84-year-old disappeared from her home near Tucson back in early February. But tonight, law enforcement sources are telling TMZ the Reuters report is not accurate.
More of a feeling that they are legit than a feeling they are not legit. He made the point that, look, the FBI is a very large organization. And he said, look, I don't know who Reuters was talking to. Are there agents in the FBI who have different feeling than what I'm dealing with in my office? This person said, yeah, of course, it's a large organization. So it just depends on who they spoke to.
Last week, there were numerous reports that one of the ransom notes said Nancy Guthrie had died. That revelation prompted her daughter, Today Show host Savannah Guthrie, to renew her public plea for information that leads authorities to her mother. Starting today, California drivers are paying even more at the pump. The state's gas tax has increased by 2 cents per gallon, bringing the excise tax to 63 cents a gallon. Still the highest state gas tax in the entire nation. Diesel fuel is also going up, with the tax going up 2 cents to 48 cents per gallon. The automatic increases are required under California's 2017 Road Repair and Accountability Act, which ties the tax to inflation. The hike comes as the average price of regular gas in Los Angeles is already around $5.46 a gallon. Drivers in LA County are being reminded to watch where they park. The Sheriff's Department is now actively enforcing California's daylighting law, which bans parking within 20 feet of a crosswalk to improve visibility for drivers and pedestrians. Deputies are also cracking down on illegally parked oversized vehicles in unincorporated areas. Violators face a $63 ticket, and towed vehicles will come with additional fees. Starting today, a law changing the way packaged food is labeled goes into effect. Assembly Bill 660 eliminates sell-by dates on most packaged foods. Instead, products will use a best if used by date to show when the food is at its best quality, and a use by date to indicate when it is still safe to eat. State leaders say the change is designed to reduce food waste, as studies show confusion over date labels leads to about a 20% of food thrown away in U.S. homes. And there is a beautiful shot right there of the Statue of Liberty. We've got more news coming up, but before we head to break, as we said, a live look of the Statue of Liberty. It's lit up especially tonight for America's 250th birthday.
Where the
You know the music. That's ABBA's Mamma Mia. And right now, the 25th anniversary tour of the musical Mamma Mia is playing at the Amundsen Theater until July 19th. Grant Reynolds plays the role of Sky. He joins us live now backstage at the Amundsen, where he's getting ready to go on stage tonight. I see that big smile. You still love doing this, don't you?
I absolutely do. It's my biggest dream come true every night. I'm so blessed.
Well, when you talk about it, Grant, one of the most successful musicals in theater history, what do you think makes it so special?
You know, aside from the music being so familiar for a lot of us, you know, this has been the soundtrack to many of our lives. I think that it's the relatability of the show. You know, it's a show about family and relationships, a mother-daughter dynamic. It's multi-generational, so it's always beautiful to look out in the audience and see kids celebrating a birthday or girlfriends on a night out or a couple just having a date night. I think that universality of it all just really ties it in for us. And of course, it's such a compelling story, and we've got, you know, glittery boots and spandex as well, so that never hurts.
Who doesn't love that? Now, you play Sky, a role that you've been playing for 2 years. Are you anything like the character?
You know, he's such a cool, calm, collected guy, and I kind of describe him as this pillar of strength and honesty throughout this chaotic thing that is Mamma Mia. And I like to think that I have my moments of stillness and being a true, honest guy. So I think that we're really similar in that way. You know, he's straight to the truth. His love and his heart is really for Sophie. I feel the same way. I'm a very passionate guy, and I try to live in truth and be that from not just my partner, but, you know, all the people in my life.
The cast is diverse. As a black man, how significant is this moment?
Oh my gosh, Laura, I mean, it's beyond. As a musical theater junkie, I grew up watching Norm Lewis and Brian Stokes Mitchell and all these phenomenal African-American men who had taken on leading roles within musical theater, iconography, you know, classic shows. So to be the first full-time Black Sky has been a huge blessing for me. It's so beautiful to go to the stage door and see young Black and brown boys, Latino boys, Asian boys, any person at the stage door who feels so seen, because that was the case for me when I was growing up. Just having representation on the stage, showing that it's possible, showing that it's real. Hard work is definitely required. But I'm happy to be that for so many people. And I think that it's brought a different element. Each year, you know, I've been on this road for a while in this journey as Sky, but that never gets old for me, and I recognize what a responsibility and what a blessing it really, really is. So I feel hugely honored to have that.
Well, Grant Reynolds, we're so happy you could be here this afternoon with us, and have a great show.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
Mamma Mia plays now through July 19th. For tickets, go to centertheatergroup.org. Seabirds along California's coast appear to be starving to death, and a marine heat wave may be to blame. Scientists say that the heat is shrinking the cold, nutrient-rich surface water where fish like krill and sardines and anchovies live. Scientists believe that the shift is making it harder for birds like California brown pelicans, loons, and grebes to access the food that they need.
We started seeing all of our shore stations having this marine heat wave starting in about November of 2025. It even started a little bit earlier than that. And then we had record-breaking temperatures starting in March, mid-March, all the way to mid-April.
Scientists say that seabird die-offs are not unusual, and not all of the die-offs are in California are due to the marine heat wave. But they acknowledge that deaths are becoming more common as the planet and the ocean waters heat up. California just made visiting state parks easier for everyone. Starting with the 2026-27 budget, the California State Library Parks Pass program now has ongoing funding. Now, this means that library card holders can continue checking out free passes for vehicle entry to over 200 state parks. Since launching in 2021, it's helped more Californians, especially those facing financial barriers, to enjoy the outdoors. And speaking of outdoors, a lot of people are going to be heading out for the 4th of July holiday.
Yeah.
And we know, of course, that Adam, our chief meteorologist here, is going to talk to us about what the weather will be like if you're heading outdoors.
It should be nice, a little bit warmer than it's been. And I will see just a note on that last story, too. Sometimes I come across these videos like on TikTok where people explain all the things about the library that you wouldn't realize. One of those was you can rent or check out like a parking pass or a vehicle entry pass into the state parks. It's very cool. There's a lot of cool things you can do. It's not just checking out books. There's all sorts of interesting things at the library. But yes, we are looking at some nice weather. Tomorrow, it's going to be less cloudy than it's been for the last several mornings. Now, we're still going to see a marine layer for a little while, but it won't be as widespread in the morning and it won't last as late into the day. So lots of sunshine for especially tomorrow afternoon and nice temperatures in the 70s. Technically, this is a little cooler than normal for this time of year by a few degrees, but very pleasant. I'll give you an example. Downtown LA yesterday, 73. Today, a high of 75. Tomorrow, we're going 77. So just these little incremental warm-ups as each day goes by, and we'll probably get up to around 80 by this weekend. Around the rest of Southern California tomorrow, the deserts are hot, but for July, not that hot. I mean, 100 degrees in Palm Springs in July is kind of nice, actually. It can be a lot worse this time of year. In a little bit closer at the coast, it's going to be more so low 70s. You see how it gets warmer as you go inland. Low 80s across the valleys like the San Fernando Valley, San Gabriel Valley, and then over towards the Inland Empire, mid and maybe even upper 80s potentially. So it will be a little hotter there. Now, as we switch to Friday, you can see overall the numbers are going up a little more, but still not that bad and definitely not a heat wave, just close to normal for this time of year. And then Saturday, 4th of July, we'll go about 80 for LA. Some 90s in the Inland Empire, so pretty hot during the day. 80s across the valleys and the 70s near the coast. Should be pretty good weather, I think, in terms of viewing the fireworks on Saturday. Something I mentioned earlier, we had a marine layer situation last 4th of July that really made for miserable kind of conditions and viewing of the fireworks in some areas along the coast last 4th of July. I think less of that this time around. It looks like we're going to be mostly okay. Do want to mention, though, this is a big weather story, and we had it earlier in our newscast about the extreme heat across several states, not just to the East Coast, but the Midwest, down to the South as well. Extreme heat warnings for feels like temperatures over 100. For example, in New York, it might feel like 110 potentially, which would be the hottest feels like temperature in about a decade there. That's the combination of heat and humidity. Meanwhile, here, while the high pressure out this area is cooking that part of the nation, we've got this little dip in the jet stream, which is helping temperatures cool off a little bit across the western part of the country. That pattern will change, though, over the next few days. I also want to point out the fact that we've got a tropical storm in the Pacific. Hardly does anything for us. You can see how it just kind of veers off into the ocean right here. But it is going to send some scattered cloud cover, I think, here by Saturday on the 4th of July. So you'll notice probably during the day more clouds than we will see for most afternoons on either side of Saturday. But it's going to be more like high level clouds, so probably not blocking viewing of the fireworks. And again, about 80 degrees Saturday for the 4th. Sunday, more sunshine, a high about 79. Here's our pattern changing as we go to the weekend. Notice that high expanding westward into our neck of the woods. So we get a little warmer this weekend and probably even warmer. I'd say a warmer than normal pattern by Wednesday or middle of next week. So on the 7-day for LA, Inland Orange County, again, it's nice. 70s tomorrow, a little bit warmer on Friday, a little bit warmer on Saturday, but not hot. I mean, just near normal for this time of year. We do see the temperatures go up a little more into the middle of next week, going about 83 on Wednesday. For the coast, it will be cooler, of course, and not a whole lot of change here. Highs in the low 70s for a while, maybe mid 70s a week from today. And in the valleys and the IE, you're going to find your hotter temperatures. Most of these numbers are a little more representative of the valleys as opposed to the IE. I think the IE can add maybe like 3 to 5 degrees on top of a lot of these here, which means in the IE this weekend, we're likely to be in the 90s, and it keeps getting hotter as we head into next week. Laura?
All right. Thank you so much, Adam. A symbol of a community's rebirth, a brand new retail store opened today in Pacific Palisades.
3, 2, 1.
Applause today as Pali Trading Post opened its doors. The general store features Pali-themed gift items from local vendors and businesses. It's a way to highlight a town now rebuilding after the destructive Palisades fire. Owner Michelle Murphy told the crowd at today's grand opening that the store celebrates community.
If there's one thing I've learned through all of this, it's that a community isn't defined by its buildings, it's defined by its people. And the Palisades has always been a place where neighbors know each other and where small businesses matter, where people show up for one another. And after everything we've been through, that spirit's only grown stronger.
If you take a cue from Michelle, the Palisades is back and going strong, and we are going to recover one step at a time. And thank you, Michelle, for getting us started.
Pali Trading Post is a meaningful step forward in the neighborhood's ongoing recovery. The store is located at 15248 West Sunset Boulevard. And before we head to break, let's take a live look at the Liberty Bell in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. This view from our Earth Cam.
Play.
Miley Cyrus now has her own Barbie doll. Mattel's latest signature collection, Edition, celebrates the singer's look from her Golden Burning Sun music video. The doll features a faux leather-inspired outfit with a hooded jacket, dark shades, black pumps, and even a microphone. Fans can buy the Miley Cyrus Barbie doll online right now. Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce are gearing up for their very big day. Sources say their wedding rehearsal is set for tomorrow at Madison Square Garden's Emphasis Theater. On Friday, they'll exchange vows on the arena floor at 5:30 p.m. with a reception lasting until 2 a.m. Fans are hoping to catch a glimpse, and it may be limited to just sidewalks as police plan to keep streets clear. About 1,000 guests and 500 cars are expected at that event, people saying that it is the invitation of the year. California is honoring martial arts legend Bruce Lee with an annual Bruce Lee Day on May 17th, marking the day he returned to San Francisco in 1959. Governor Gavin Newsom signing that bill Tuesday, making Lee the first Chinese American to receive this recognition in the state's history. His daughter Shannon Lee called it a tribute to his enduring legacy as a cultural bridge and icon of strength and representation. Very nicely done. Well, we thank you for watching LA Live News tonight. Our 10 p.m. newscast is just minutes away on Fox 11 with Christine Devine. We hope to see you there. Good night.
Welcome to Good Night LA. I'm Christine Devine. Survive and advance. Team USA keeping its World Cup dreams alive with a thrilling win to move on to the round of 16. Fox 11's Andres Gutierrez is live at Galaxy Park in Carson. And Andres, thousands of fans were there watching that victory with you?
Well over 2,000, Christine. The LA Galaxy is slated to have a host of watch parties this weekend. This one wasn't originally on the books, but because there was so much excitement leading up to this match, they invited fans to come on out, and boy, did it pay off. Some are calling tonight's win an early birthday gift to America. Days before America turns 250, the party in Carson started early.
It just brings out the patriotism in me. I'm so excited. I love it. I love that it unites the world.
And what a pregame it was. Team USA scoring a goal right before halftime, then a gut punch.
That's going to be a red card. The fight of the season is red card.
A red card that left Americans a man down. For the final half hour, they held on and sealed it with a free kick that sent this crowd wild.
This would go down as one of the greatest moments in American history.
For some fans, it's watching their children fall in love with the game.
You see the kids playing, you see the talent, you see the future. For me and my son, it means family.
Just ask Roy, who says tonight was more than 3 decades in the making.
My dad snuck me over. I hate to admit this, but my dad jumped me over a fence at the Rose Bowl in the 1994 World Cup, and we watched from the top of the bleachers. Don't put that on live. I'm just kidding. You can do whatever you want, but yes, it's always been in my heart.
He's confident Team USA is going all the way.
I believe it's possible. I believe with heart, with soul, with passion, with